What's going on, Capricorn? My name is Vince. Welcome to 7D Tarot. If you are interested in scheduling your own personal reading with me, all the info you need is in the description box. Check out my wife's channel over at Empath Tarot. And if this message resonates, like, share, and subscribe. All right, Capricorn. So we are going to do something really fun. At the end of each reading, I'm going to answer 3 questions for you. Now, if you want a chance to get your question featured, all you have to do is write it in the comment section. Write your question and a short and sweet background keyword, short and sweet, and I will get to it. Even if it doesn't get answered, just repost it next week or next video until I get to it. Now, I'm going to start doing this as of 4 to 5 days from now, but I am collecting the questions as of right now, and I'll pin the instructions in the comment section for you. All right, so let's dive right into your reading. See what we got going on. Wheel of Fortune. Oh my. 5 of Cups, the Devil, and the Hierophant. I see you taking control of your life now. I see that this is a brand new year. It's a fresh year for you. And I see you realizing how to play this game. Right now, you need to be in the driver's seat and you need to be the one calling the shots. No more waiting is the message I'm getting for you. This is exciting. This is fun. Imagine right now I told you, what do you want to do? Like, imagine if money was no problem. Imagine if time was no problem. Imagine if health was no problem. Environment was no problem. Imagine I told you, what do you want to do? That freedom, that energy of being a bird. You got to start feeling that vibration. I know that we got bills to pay. I know we got to go to work. I understand this. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the feeling of what it feels like to be free and in charge and control. Why am I saying this? Because when you have that feeling, when you feel that vibration, that is the energy that will attract it back. I'll give you an example. If you want to attract the color yellow, just a silly example, right? Feel yellow, and yellow will come. You cannot feel blue and have yellow come. Do you see where I'm going with this? So when you're feeling like a bird, when you're feeling like you're in control, when you feel like you can do anything you want, get used to that feeling. You can do it. When you were young, creative, imaginative, remember before all the human filters, you're used to being visualizing and doing all these things, right? Get used to feeling that. Tell yourself, have you ever done it before? Have you ever felt what it likes to be free and do anything you want? Get used to that. Don't tell yourself it's silly, it's never going to happen. Who cares about that? There's rules of this third dimension. And right now, just like a chessboard, right? We're one of the pawns on that chessboard, not in a bad way, in a good way. You have to understand that you are playing a game. This whole thing's a game. Ask yourself, what are the rules? What do I win? What you win is everything you ever wanted, right? But the rules are you have to feel what you want first. And that's what I want you getting accustomed to. Now, how do we feel what we want? That's all it is, right? You have to tap into your spiritual side to make it happen. What does that mean? You have to, there's no way to think about it. You know what I mean? You have to feel it. There's no way to think it. When you're tapping into your spiritual side, it's a whole lot easier to think. When you tap into your spiritual side, what that means is to kind of disassociate yourself with your body. Alicia, my wife, has a great little technique. She goes, imagine a string connecting the universe to your head. Now imagine going up that string. Imagine just your soul going up that string and hitting the universe, right? You can visualize that, right? Disassociate yourself with that, with your body. Leave this universe. Now you can feel exactly what it likes to have peace. Don't think. Stay in that environment. Stay in space. Stop thinking. Now that you stop thinking, now think or feel yourself free. Feel yourself rich. Feel yourself doing whatever it is you want. This is how you get there. It's always spirituality. Now, how do we know it works? Because we've been doing the same old, and we're getting the same old results. Fear, anxiety, jealousy, animosity, hate, anger, pain, stimulation, right? The devil, all this stuff. We've been dealing with this, our human limiting beliefs. What has it got us? We're chasing our own tails. What has it made us feel like we are not worthy, that we are not someone who is going to be successful, we're not going to be happy? This energy is a limiting belief. This is a human filter, right? This isn't the energy that spirit wants for you. This isn't the energy that you're going to have in the other dimensions. This is only here in the third dimension, and we feel this energy because we have something called an ego, which makes us feel like everything's always wrong. I'll give you an example. Think of all the times you've had something good go in your life and think of the times you've had something bad go in your life, right? We are programmed and conditioned to think more of the bad things than the good things. We celebrate the small victories very quickly. If I tell you that you're going to make $1 million, or if you make $1 million, you may tell yourself right now, wow, once I make $1 million, I'll be happy. I told myself that too. The moment you make the million, immediately after that, it's like, what's next? But if you lost $1 million, you would be thinking of that for the next 10 years. Oh man, I had $1 million, I lost it, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you. We are programmed and conditioned to think of the negative things that happen because our ego, it's almost like creating a warning sign. Always be alert, always be careful, learn the lessons, right? It's in our DNA. Now, sure, it's in our DNA, but it doesn't mean it's good. It's in our DNA to hump everything we see as well, but that's not what you're supposed to be doing in life. Do you see where I'm going with this? So just because it's in your DNA doesn't make it good. You have to be aware of the situation. And right now, that awareness is what's going to set you apart, Capricorn. All right, so Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Beautiful energy here for you right now. I see right now a romantic partner, someone who is it seems like new energy from entering your life. And I see this energy, you gravitating towards it, because I feel like they're going to be a breath of fresh air in your life. I feel like right now they're going to show you some sort of possibility, some sort of opportunity, and some sort of really experience that is going to bring you more grounded, bring you back more home, and really have you understanding, which we all need to do, what we're doing all this for. Why are we here on planet Earth? Why are we living to work rather than working to live, right? Why are we doing these things? So I feel like someone's going to enter your life that's really going to show you how to slow it down, smell the roses, go with the flow. This is beautiful energy for you. And I feel like this is happening because Spirit can tell that there's fear consuming your life right now. And I see you staying up at night, worrying about stuff. And that energy has to go. You don't need to be doing this. Understand that this is, again, our human filters, limiting beliefs and shadows. But I see this changing for you the moment you let go. Right now, look at this. You got the Nine of Swords. So it definitely lets me know nighttime, you're staying up thinking of your problems. And this is the last thing we're looking for, right? Nighttime is meant for sleep. Nighttime is not meant to be, having insomnia, working about our problems. Right now, use nighttime as your best friend. Neville Goddard's technique, right? When it comes to, before you go to sleep, visualize something good rather than bad. For example, his technique is, say if you had 10 tasks to complete in a day. But say if you only completed 2. Now say the other 8, because you didn't complete them, you felt like, oh man, I am such a failure. I'm such a loser. I should have done these things, even though you shouldn't be using these words. I just want to, use examples. I'm such a loser, right? Now, rather than think that energy, because your mind cannot tell the difference between real or fake. If it feels real, at nighttime, visualize yourself completing all 10 of those tasks. Visualize yourself so happy, so proud that you did that. Feel that energy. Now go to sleep. Your mind cannot tell the difference between real or fake if it feels real. So when you visualize it, it thinks that it just happened. Now, other than the 10 task example, imagine you had an argument with someone, and imagine you're going to bed fuming, right? We've all been there. Oh, how would they do this? How dare they do this? What do you do instead? Visualize you and that person having an argument, but then making amends, or not even having the argument, whatever you want, or making amends, right? Like say if you guys talk and then all of a sudden you stop, you start laughing. You're like, what are we doing? This was crazy. Then you hug each other. You're like, oh man, I love you. I love you. Everything's okay. If it's a family member, be like, I really love you, mom. I really love you, dad. It's okay, and really having that energy, because what happens is you reprogram your subconscious mind to think it actually happened. You go to sleep with a beautiful vibration. Therefore, you're lucky the next day. You have high frequency. And then on top of that, the next time you see that person, even if they're fuming, who cares? Because your energy will be so different that it's going to help them lower their energy, right? We're trying to make your life better, not worse. And that's what's going on here for you, because I do feel like there's so much resistance with this Two of Swords. I do feel here that the shadows that have accumulated over time need to get addressed, because right now fear and anxiety is taking over. It doesn't need to be like this. This is just like this for a small time. This is just a small chapter in your life. And right now, all you have to do is be like, aha, I realize the lesson that's here. I totally get it. And right now, not thinking, right? Meditating. This is definitely going to get you there. I love visualization. I love journaling. These two things are so easy for me, right? Anytime I need to do anything, I visualize it happening and then it manifests. If I need to say, do a task, before I go do it, say if it's a task I'm concerned about, I'm scared about, say if I'm going to go do a public speaking affair, or say if it's like everyday life, say if I have to go start my new job, I don't just get to work and walk right in. I'll get to work, or before that, truthfully, at home, I'll sit there and I'll visualize myself going to work, saying hi to everyone, high-fiving everyone smiling, I'm the new guy, whatever the case is, the first day going well, me making friends, afterwards grabbing a bite with people, whatever. This is the energy. Now, the same thing applies for anything else. What are you scared of? Whatever you think of, you're like, oh, I got to go do it. Say if you're scared of, doing your accounting. I'm just trying to think of anything, right? You're like, oh, it's a task I don't want to do. Visualize yourself doing the accounting and then smiling and be like, man, this isn't as hard as I thought. This is actually amazing. Visualize it over. Visualize the good feeling. This is the energy we need from you, and watch everything start working in your favor, Capricorn. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Remember, if you want your question answered, write it down in the comment section. I love you. Until next time, ciao.